So Andrew, we at the People and Culture team, we often get asked, where shall we go if we have a question or an idea and we want to raise it?
So I think the question that you're asking is if you're someone working in any of the offices globally, whether it's in Brisbane or in Ho Chi Minh or in Palo Alto, and there's an issue or an idea that you identify, what do you do? Where do you go? And so like Rick and I and yourself were discussing this just a moment ago, where obviously there's a default pathway, and that default pathway is talking to your manager. So you would go to Rick and you'd have a conversation with Rick around that particular idea, or if it's around a particular topic, maybe it's related to product or to content, then we've got structures and processes in place where you might go to ask product or ask content in Slack to ask the question. But I think the point that you're trying to make is, well, what happens if you go through that default channel, you talk to your manager, maybe, let's role play, let's mention you've got an idea, you want to change something around how people and culture as a team operate, and you go to Rick and Rick goes, I think that's a terrible idea. And hopefully in that process, Ricardo sort of describes why he doesn't agree, and you may reach an agreement with his perspective, or it might be the opposite, maybe Ricardo and you talk and then he agrees with your perspective, but there's a third option, which is Ricardo might not agree with you, but you still think this idea or this issue is still really valid and hasn't been properly understood. In that situation, what I want to recommend is that people ping me on Slack or send me an email, and if I'm a bit slow to respond, send me another email, ping me again on Slack, and then I can sort of jump in, try and sort of understand the issue, and work together to either implement a fix or implement the idea that's suggested or something like that. It's something which might not be entirely scalable. We might put together another process in the future around this, but I think when I get the question asked a number of times, and it sounds like you do as well, like how do we contribute, whether it's product ideas, whether it's change in sort of sales strategy, or whether it's business strategy or anything else, then I think this is a mechanism where people can go, let's start with the default channel, but if the two parties still have a difference of opinions, then bring it to me and I'd love to hear about it.